Evening, wherever you are. Hello to all my wonderful people. I love you all so much. Thanks for coming into the cottage today. This is Miss C's cottage, the home of the Sun Bunny, and I am Miss C. I am what I am, and that's all what I am, and I'm okay with that. And I got to remember to keep up my shoulder. You guys remind me if I droop, remember to keep it up because I'm losing my balance and I don't want to do the 5 steps. Fall down, break a hip, go to the hospital, get pneumonia, and die. I don't want to go there. All right, so hello to Sam. Sam, the immaculate knitter. She's good. We're gonna knit today, but if you really want to learn how to knit, you go over to Hook and Needles by Hook and Needles Sam. And Barbara Riggles is here today. Barbara Riggles Baker. And Jeanette is here. Jeanette, I got my. Did I bring him in? Yeah, I got my package and I love him. I love him. And you can see him sitting up here on the shelf. He's right here. He is so stinking cute. And there were 3 pink ones in there and a red one. So they're getting sent on. And so I'll stop right now and tell you that something happened at Hotel Hill or Hill Haven or whatever that was. Remember the place I told you about that took in drug addicts and alcoholics and people that were AIDS people and that genre of people, that group of people, to assist them, to help to rehabilitate them, to be there for them and help them through whatever is going on in their life and give them the tools that they need for their toolbox to become independent away from the addictions. Well, one fellow came in, and I don't know whether you watched the video about the Haven on the Hill, something like that. Anyway, I don't know whether you watched the video or not, but one fellow came in and he was higher than a kite. In fact, when he saw himself, when the sober him viewed the video of him first arriving at the camp, he said, "That's not me," because he was so out of it, he didn't remember. And I don't know, he didn't recognize himself. So apparently he decided he wanted some French fries. They have plenty of food up there now. Haven, Hill Haven, or whatever it's called, tent city, I call it, because they're all big tents up there, and they're like houses. They're as big as a teepee, and they are given pots and pans and cook stove and food. They can go into the store and get whatever they need, no charge, because they want them to learn to take care of themselves and be independent. Well, this fella decided he didn't want to cook anymore. He had his pan and he'd already used it and he didn't want to wash it. And so he walked into town, which was like 3 miles away, which if you're walking 3 miles in the hills, you know it's going to take a while. He went to get French fries. Well, apparently the people in the area don't want those campers up there. They don't want that type of people up there. And they were looking for a reason to complain. When he went in and to get French fries, the woman who owned a restaurant put it on social media, and several of her followers called the police and said that people from the camp were walking around in their yards and they didn't want that kind of people around. And so according to John Ward, they may be closing down the camp. We must do our best every day Because if we knowingly make a bad choice, it hurts not only ourselves, but others, many others sometimes, others that are really trying hard. And that's your sermon for today. Happy Heart Day. It is. Jeanette Egan, I love you. Hello, Doggy Life. I think that's Izzy. Kelly is here. Kelly, happy Valentine's Day to you. I hope today is a good day for you. And Sam is here, and Kelly is here. To the moon and back. Oh, to the moon and beyond. Okay. And let's see who else. Leanie. My sister Eileen. And Linda Kaiser. I've been following your channel for quite some time and I love it. Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. I'm not always at my best when I'm on the channel, but I try to allow you to lift me up so that I can in return lift you up. This is my first time in the chat. Well, welcome, Linda. At 82, live in Georgia and love to knit and crochet. 10 grandchildren and 25 great-grandchildren. My goodness. That's quite an accomplishment. You crochet for all of them? Do they appreciate your crochet? That's what I really want to know. I'm sure you crochet for them, but do they appreciate your crochet? Do they realize the love that goes into each piece you do? Linda, I'm so glad to have you here at the cottage. Here's the rules. Leave your shoes at the door and all of your uglies. No uglies come in the cottage because it's full of love. And it's so full of love that there's an abundance. You can fill up your project bag or your bucket or whatever you brought and take some home with you because there's so much here. We don't do religion. We don't do politics. We don't do any of those things. We just do crochet and knit and love. That's what we're about. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And there's my Tammy. Oh, and leave your shoes at the door. Yeah. And come in. I have water in the cooler, in the black cooler in the corner. There's coffee over here in the shelf, or I have a hot pot if you want to do tea. There's tea bags there too. Quite an assortment. Gabrielle sent me an assortment of teas with Peter Rabbit on them. You can just see Peter Rabbit's ears up here. That's Peter Rabbit. And she sent me a tin of tea, and Peter Rabbit's on the outside of the tin. I love it. And Regina Provenzano is here. Welcome, Regina. And I will help you to feel better, Leanie, because that's what we do is I lean on her and she leans on me. And Lana is here wishing happy Valentine's Day to everyone. And Jacqueline Marley, Irish hugs. And I send back Scottish hugs for a happy Valentine's Day for you. Do you guys celebrate Valentine's Day in Ireland? I don't know where I'd be without you guys, Sam. Uh-oh, not enough thumbs on the door frame. And there's my baby boomer, Kitty Lane from the peninsula in Virginia. And Bonnie's here, my Bonnie girl. I love that girl so much. And there's my angel in the frozen stone, Angela. I almost called you this morning because I'm going to just jump in the car and pick you up and drive up to West Virginia and give KK a bunch of hugs, have lunch with her, and turn around and come home and be home before dark. But it's a little late to start out now. And Michael! Michael, you almost got me there with the Celtic thing. I may have to go back and take a look at that Celtic Afghan stitch, not Afghan stitch. You know what I mean. I may have to try that. We'll see how difficult it is because I've never done that kind of stitches before, but I want to. There's Winsome Cat wishing me a happy Valentine's Day. And my P is in the chat. Pebbles and Kim G. And there's Len. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Len, and your wife. Give her a hug from me and tell her happy Valentine's Day. And Maisie's here. And let's see who else is coming in whilst I was chatting away. Tia, I am so glad to see you, sweetheart. How are you doing today? I've been praying for you every day, sweetheart. And there's my Mia. Hit the buttons. Wish me happy Valentine's Day and hit the buttons. And there's Maureen. Maureen, I don't see you much anymore. You're driving. Okay, you catch the replay or lurk if you want in the shadows of the trees. Sujan is here. It's really sad. And it's when we take our focus off of the one and put it on ourselves. And that's usually when it happens. Oh, Kelly, it's Valentine's Day. Well, I hope today will be different for you, my dear. Gwen! Hello, hello, hello. Am I stuck or are you stuck? Galentine. Oh, that must be a V. Are the V's and the G's? Yeah, they're close together. Yeah. Did I leave? I didn't think I left, but I must have. You first one with your other half. Okay. The Appalachian Channel is very interesting. Appalachian Channel. Okay, that's with John Ward. And he's the one, Susan, did you see that one today where they may have to close down because one guy didn't want to follow the rules? That's a shame. Look at how many other people. Oh, Kim is buffering. Okay. Kim, I suggest you go out and then come back in and maybe that will help. Or is it just a bad day? Tina, happy Valentine's Day to you. And Sally Stevens is here. Hello, hello. And Amber is here. My first one without my wife. I think it's wife, not life. Otherwise, if you didn't have your life, you wouldn't be here. Without your love. My first one without my love. Okay. Are you still in the hospital? Yarn inspired. Look at there. Gabriel, I was just talking about you. If anybody don't love Miss C, please go to the doctor because something's wrong with you. Bonnie, you can't make people love you. I love you so much. You are the sweetest thing. Oh my. Hello, Jeanette. Cherry Reynolds is back. Yay. How's your mom doing, Cherry? I think about her a lot. Len, did you get the email from Regina Provenzano? She put in your chat how to get a hold of her. So I guess tag, you're it, Len. You need to email Regina, and then she can email you back and give you her address, and then you can mail her the stuff to make. Lana and Mimi and Linda and Sunita's here. Happy Valentine's Day, my love. I know this is the first one without your mom. It's going to be a little rough, but I'm so glad you stopped into the cottage. You can take home a bucket of love with you, and when you're feeling a little down, you just scoop yourself out some, and there you go. And there's Margie, my arrow lover. Let's see who else has come in. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Happy Valentine's Day. Hello, hello. The Sundance pattern. Sundance, is that the new shawl that you're making, Sunita? Bonnie says, Easter's my favorite holiday. I put bunnies everywhere you can imagine in my house. All right, you do that, Bonnie, and we'll show it. We'll show it at Easter. I love you too, Kitty. And Yolanda's here? Sisters are awesome, aren't they, Yolanda? I have two left, and they don't talk to each other, but I talk to both of them and relay the messages, so it works out. Let's see what happens if, oh, it's a Ravelry pattern. Is it gonna, whoa! Wow, that was way too much. I just put myself on full screen. Whew, that was scary. Oh, Kayla, are you? I just delivered them yesterday, and the whole restaurant went wild. I made the little green rompers. I lengthened them from the gray or blue ones. I used those legs and put them on a little short green romper. And then I made a little bolero out of a variegated that's got green and blue and stuff in it. And then I took the little blue dress in, the shoes, and the little socks with the lace around them. Everybody went crazy. Ginny Hanks is here. Ginny, I think that's in the other room. What I've been working on is yeah, they're in the other room. I have something in my ear and I don't know what it is. And I cleaned it with a Q-tip yesterday, but now I have all this dry skin in there, and I have to get some sweet oil or something. It's itching. And my cousin Dee is here. And I'm down to the bottom. All right. And Kayla, welcome, welcome, Kayla. I love it when you guys come in. All right. Now, I was just watching, well, yesterday, I watched Mama Swift, which is Trish. She is the one who has been doing Luck of the Draw blankets for Nina's Next Knots. Nina's was really ill for a while and couldn't do it. And Trish helped her out. And then Nina came back for 1 year or part of 1 year and did it. And she's just not able to keep up every week. So Trish, I think, has taken over the job and doing a portion of it. And it started last Thursday, Luck of the Draw. It is making a blanket. It's kind of a mystery make-along kind of a thing. It lasts for 10 weeks. And every week you get a new piece of the puzzle. Now, what the puzzle is the colors. You can choose whatever, you choose 5 colors, whatever colors you want. Okay? Trish has got 1 through 5 in the red cup. And this week, Thursday, it started out with a number, and she told you what that number was. Now, I'm going to show you my numbers because I love this. And I make them all the time, and I make them for Boggy Creek so you know what sizes they are. And I'm going to show you 2 of them that I'm going to make. And then we'll get to knitting because we haven't knitted in a while. Well, I'm not going to fit in this chair with these things. I don't know why I thought I would. Okay, the first one I'm doing is, here are my 5 colors. I'm going to take this off the bottom now so that we can see this a little bit better. Okay, here are my, you choose 5 colors. Here are my 5 colors. One, this is 1. Red Heart Super Saver in the color Amethyst. 2 is 100% Mainstays acrylic yarn in the color, guess what? White. Number 3 is Light Jasmine, and it's another Super Saver. Number 4 is a Premier Just Yarn Worsted in the color Fern. And my number 5 color is I love this yarn in the color Iced Violet. So these are my 5 colors for my blanket. And to help out, Jax, our friend Jaxie, our friend in love, Jaxie, said, if you do it, I'll do the tutorial for the pattern. So Trisha, Mama Swift, made up a whole new blanket pattern for Luck of the Draw number 10. This is the 10th year that people have been doing it. And this is the new pattern. I just finished watching her tutorial. And it's absolutely beautiful and full of texture because you start out with 8 clusters, treble crochet clusters. And then you turn your work. No, you do the first 2 rows this way. You do a treble in between, and then you do a corner in the next 2, and a treble in between, and a corner in the next 2, and a treble in between, and a corner in the next 2, and a treble and then a corner. And then you flip it and you do 3 treble cluster and a double crochet, but this double crochet is a front post double, and that's what gives it this bobbly, squishy. You've got to go look at it. You've got to go over to Jax's channel and look at this because it is absolutely beautiful. What I need to know as Jaxie comes in is how many rows do I do before I have to stop and wait till next Thursday in the new color. Because any crocheter knows the number of rows counts the size of the blanket. And if we've got 5 colors, but we've got 10 weeks, and it's only 40 inches by 40 inches, this is going to be a giant, well, I guess you could just do every square the same in a different color and put 10 squares together. I don't think that'd be big enough, though. Kayla, did you see Jax's tutorial? Stop. I'm stopping right here. Nisi. Nisi. Are you listening? Are you going to give up your channel, or are you going to give up your monetization? Yeah, it is really squishy because you do a front post around this one, and then you're going to do a front post around this one, and it's going to squish out this way. And these are all squishing out this way, and it's going to be just absolutely squishy. Are you quitting your channel altogether, Nisi, or are you just giving up your monetization? I don't want you to go away. Gave up monetization. There you go. There you go. All your coffee donations go right to your PayPal account, and I think you get them all. Okay, so you're not going to shut down your channel. I am so thankful for that. Thank you, God, for everything. I don't lose my Nisi. Okay, that's that, and I love it, and I'm going to continue, but I'm on my 3rd row. I need to know, I was thinking that's 10 weeks. 10 weeks, we need 40 inches. That's 4 inches a week. What do I have here? I have 5 inches. So I'm going to stop at 3. I'm going to stop at 3. I will wait now until next week when I get a new color. And I guess I'll just do 3 rows until I get to the end and see how many I need, because I have white. If white comes up, I may make it more or less to keep in with the 3 inches a week. 4 inches a week. 4 inches a week. 10 weeks, 40 inches, 4 inches a week. And what do I have? I have 5. Okay. 5 inches. We need 4 inches a week. So maybe well, you know what, on the darker colors, if you've never done any quilting, when you work with a darker color, the darker colors show up more. So maybe I can just get away with putting two rows of the darker color in. We'll have to see how that plays out. It'll be an interesting blanket, though. And the other blanket I'm going to make, I've had this yarn. You know I don't like yellows and oranges, but I found this yarn and it was so stinking pretty. It was a big twist, and it was one of the ones that I got on sale. And I thought, well, why can't I take this and pull out colors from it? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have not started this blanket yet because I don't want to do 2 blankets the same. I want to do a different blanket, but I'm not sure which pattern. Where's my hot pink? I'm not sure which pattern to, where did my orange go? There, I'm not sure which pattern I'm going to use for this. Anybody got a suggestion? I just want it to be bright and sunshiny for those kids because they deserve all the bright and sunshiny they can get. Oh, Bonnie. Okay, well, you know what? We had you all day the other day, so that was awesome. So if you need to work, you go work. That's the color you're working on? You know, Kitty and I actually you stand us side by side and we're very, very different. But in our hearts, we are mother-daughter. We are the same. Our thoughts are the same. It's amazing. I talked to her for a little while yesterday on the phone. Mr. Elmo was gone, so I was working the phones yesterday when they came in. But and both of those phone calls were spam, Kitty. So we didn't lose out on a resident or anything. But just as she talked about her life, it was so much my life. Parts of her life are so much my life. It was really, truly amazing to me to see how alike we are. Bonnie, I love you and I'm going to miss you, but you come back when you can. I know you will. A refried guy, square but straight on the ends. A sunflower blanket. Maybe I could do a granny square blanket and just put a big sunflower in the middle of it and then granny square out with the rest of the colors. That would be pretty, huh? Thank you for that idea. An Amish ripple. Now, I don't know what that is. So you might have to send that to me. An Amish ripple. Yeah, that would be a pretty blanket, wouldn't it? A sunflower blanket. I just might have someone gave me these beautiful sunflowers and it's a bookmark. And they're so bright and cheerful. Let's see up here and here's my crochet book for all my baby stuff. 3D granny squares. It might be in this one. It might. There's the sunshine. Let's see what they've got. Lions and tigers. Oh, there it is. There's a. So I could switch one of my colors to brown and use brown for the center and use the yellow and then put orange and the hot pink and the variegated, and maybe I'll take out one of those colors and put in a brown and a green. I may have to make 3 blankets. I'm going to slip this in there. I'm going to slip it in here and see what we can do. That was a great idea. Thank you. And it's in my cat bag. I love this bag. This bag is a Emma Ball, B-A-L-L, an Emma Ball bag. And I think it is just so cute with those cats. And they've got all their own fur, but they have sweaters and scarves and mittens and hats on. And I just, I just think it's cute. Emma Ball has a whole lot of animal type things, whether you like llamas. Um, she has a seashore one, and it's a whole theme of everything she makes is in that theme, or the theme of cats, or the theme of llamas, or there's a people one that's really funny too. And the other one is that big bird with a big beak, not not the toucan, but the other black bird that has that big yellow and orange beak. You guys know what it is. You love sunflowers? I'll make you a copy of this one. No, Leanie, it's not a crow. the big, the big, oh heck. They don't live around here. They live up north. It's right there. It's right at that spot in the line where there's no stuff. Anyway, no, puffin. Yes, a puffin. Thank you, Kayla. I could not think of it worth a darn. A puffin. Yeah. Not the toucan. They have the long striped. This one's got a really big beak. It's a puffin. Get to knitting, okay? This is what I've been doing. And I've fraud this out several times because I wanted to try something new and I couldn't get it to work. And so I took it out, started over, excuse me. And now I'm trying to do it again. This one is about, I don't know, 3 inches. And then I put in, I have 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 stitches I put on. So when I take 4 for my border and 4 for my other border, I have 28 stitches left. So what I did was I knit 4 and purled 1. And on 3 rather. I knit 3 and purled the 4th. I knit 3 and purled the 4th. I knit 3 and I purled the 4th. So you can see the purl bump sticking out. There's one here. Whoops. You know you can't get your fingers where they belong. Let's see if I can do this. There's one. And there's one. So it's just going to give it a little bit of a texture to it. So let's see, where am I? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 for my border. There's my stitch marker that tells me that these are always knitted. And then I knit 3 and purl this one. So I'm going to knit the next 3. Oh, and I've been practicing continental knitting. Holding it in this hand. There's 3. I'm going to bring my yarn to the front and purl this one. Bring my yarn to the back and knit the next 3. Bring my yarn to the back and purl the next stitch. Bring my yarn to the front and knit the next 3. You have puffin beanie babies? Wow. I haven't seen beanie babies for about, what, 50 years? But if you can go to Emma Ball on Google her, and you'll find lots and lots of things. She has stitch marker holders. She has stitch markers. She has cups. She has bags. She has all kinds of bags. Well, I missed my count here somewhere. All right, let me go back and see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's where I messed up. Okay. All right, back to my stitch marker, switching that, moving it over. I'm not going to take this out because I will take it out later. And now on this one, this is the back side. So guess what we're going to do? Yeah, sheep. I have the cats. There's sheep. There's llama. There's puffins. There are people. And there may be more. Beanie Babies were so expensive for a while. And people bought them from China for like $1 a piece, 50 cents a piece, and sold them for like $10 and $15. It was amazing. All right, I'm just gonna purl through these really fast so that I can show you. Like I said, if you really want to learn how to knit and purl and cable and fix mistakes and stuff, you go over to Sam's house. I love you, Sally. Don't forget to be kind because KK says you don't know anyone else's journey. And when they cut you off on the road and you want to just have a heart filled with road rage, do not do them. They may be just found out that someone passed away, or that their wife wants a divorce, or their child is hurt at school and they're on their way. We don't know what their journey is, so be kind to others. Worth nothing now unless you have the first generation without the star on the label. You know what? I found something really interesting. I have this very small wooden 6-inch rule. It's not a ruler, it's a rule, a 6-inch rule, and it had markings on it. So I wondered, just you just wondered. I thought, well, that's interesting. I'm going to look up that company and see if they're still in business. Well, it is a Falcon ruler. They call it a ruler. I call it a rule. It is a Falcon rule, and it is a 6-inch wooden one. And so I looked it up, and somebody probably bought it for 10 cents to take to school. And right now they're worth, I don't know, one guy had 6 of them for $40. So that's $6 a piece. But this is the rule. It is a Falcon rule, and it is only 6 inches. And it has standard rule on this side and metric on this side. And I didn't know it was worth anything. I know what it's worth to me, but I didn't know that it was valuable on eBay. Rosie! Yes, that's true. They're only worth what someone else is willing to pay for them. Kelly, they might be some of the originals then, huh? I'm only putting in knit 3, purl 1. I'm only putting in about every I don't know, 6 or 7 rows, about every 3 inches. So whatever that works out to be. I'm going to knit this row, and then I should have enough slack in here to show you what it looks like. And you'll probably see the mistake I made, and it really doesn't matter anyway, because this will be a scarf that I send up north to my niece, and she loves purple, so anything purple she loves. Wow, we're running out of time already. You only have one without the star. I know they came out about the same time as my stepdaughter was born, and she was born in 1970 because her mother nicknamed her Bean. She was her beanie kid, and the name just stuck, and I call her Bean. Yeah, because it gives us comfort. That's why, Leanie or Sujan. It just it's like when you don't feel good, you fix for supper comfort food, something that makes you feel better. And when you see those things, when I walk through an antique store, it's like, oh my gosh, that's an antique. Wow, what must they think of me? I used to play with those when I was little. But, I'm 78, so that's 70 years ago plus. It's amazing. And nowadays, there is very little value in wooden furniture. Um, Kids nowadays set up housekeeping. They don't want that old stuff. They want white uh, Formica over particle board. They want chrome and glass. They don't want the oak. They don't want the maple. They don't want the mahogany or cherry even. Um, but I'm thinking that it's cyclic, and it will come back in time. I think clothing certainly does. Clothing certainly does. How many times have we worn bell bottoms? And shoes, my gosh, about every 20 years, shoe styles come back. Hello, Diana. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day to you, sweetheart. I have not mailed anything out. I am probably going to wait till the end of February and mail. Um, I bought a lot of yarn, and now I'm reimbursing the yarn companies for the yarn that I got, and so mail is on hold. I'm probably going to take, I don't know, a couple $100 out of my savings account and transfer it into my bank card and go to the post office and mail everything at once. The post office will hate me. All the people in line behind will hate me. Or I guess I could go with 5 boxes a day or 10 boxes a day until I mail them all and still spend $300 on postage. But I'm not mailing anything. I'm not doing anything till March. So if you have something promised, it's still coming. It's just rerouted for a bit. It's been rerouted. Paula Mulford! I'm thinking so too, Margaret. It lasts, and its beauty is forever. Glass can be scratched. Well, I guess wood can be scratched too, but um, I don't know. They're just because of the era I came from. You valued what was handed down in your family because it was valuable. I have the living room Eastlake furniture that my grandmother and grandfather bought when they set up housekeeping. That was early 1900s. And I have a bonus chair. I have two side chairs, the settee, and I have a corner chair. Now, you would think that would be valuable, but I doubt if I can get $1,000 for it because nobody wants that anymore. It's amazing to me. That's right, Mimi, it does. If you take care of it, it takes care of you. And they took pride in the value that they put into that. See, Slujan, I have my grandmother's black desk. It's a great big old heavy thing and is a bear to try and move it. But it was my grandmother's and my mother used it and I have it. None of my kids want it. I'm sure they don't want it, but I don't. Okay, here you can begin to see. Here you can begin to see the pattern. Ooh, can you? There you go. Is that up? There it is there. There you begin to see the pattern with the come back this way, Diana, come back this way. Bump. It's really hard to do. Bump, bump, bump. It's really hard to do backwards. It's just those little I tried yarn overs and the yarn overs, this is a mistake. The yarn overs just don't look right. They didn't look right. I couldn't see them. I don't know whether I have to do a double yarn over and pick them up to I don't know. This is just a thing to play with anyway. It might get several different stitches in it, but I've got enough to make a really nice scarf, and that's all that really counts. And my niece won't care one way or the other. She loves what stuff that I send up to her. She was born in 1963, so however old that is, 52. No, she's 62 this year? Yeah, 6 and 6 are 12. Wow. Wow. She'll be 62 this year in November. She just turned 61. Wow. I love these needles. They're just silly little learn how to knit needles because you have one red one and one blue one. And so you transfer from the red over to the blue. And now we're going to turn the blue one around and turn the red one around. And we're going to transfer from the red to the blue. And it's easier for kids when you're doing colors because they know right and left. And we're going to put the right one, which is right and red, in the right hand, and the blue one, which is left and blue, in the left hand. And it's just easier. Okay, we have 5 minutes left to this 5 minutes left to this program. And I want to get the prayer book out and see how we're doing. A couple of you have Gmailed me your life stories, and I appreciate that. And I have copied them off, printed them off, and put them in my prayer book. So when you ask for unspoken, and I recognize that name is more than that, I can go back into this and read what's going on in your life, and it gives me something more to pray about. Okay, enough of that. Thongs. Zachman! Of all the times to come up on the channel, Zachman, you come up during thongs. What is this? I have to go back. Six to eight captain's chairs. Wow. Yeah, it is a disposal. Well, now kids don't even work. They just live in your basement, 1956. I had my grandmother's console, the stereo hi-fi, and it had a piece in the side for where you could store all your records, and radio was on one end, and the you could play the LPs on the other, or you put that little thing in the little 45s, and you could play those. And who was it? Reader's Digest? Are they the ones that had the albums that you could purchase every month? A new one. Jen is here. Hello, hello. My prayer and heart's desire is that you all realize how much God dearly loves you with his special Valentine's Day, and you are precious. Thank you, Kayla. That's wonderful. I think I have 3 minutes. Is it important? No. Okay, thank you. Received my email last night. Ooh, I don't think I've looked at my phone today. Kelly. Yes, I did. About friendship. Our wires are getting crossed. Oh, yes, and the Eagles. Money is the root of all evil. I don't know that I read it all the way through, but I'm glad you told me all of it. And holding it in only, okay, here's what happens. Do you remember the old pressure cookers? And you put your roast beef, and you put in your potatoes and your carrots and your onions, and you put the lid on it, and you cooked it, and you took the lid off, and you flipped the meat over so it browned on the other side, and you did this, and then you put the weight on the top, and it went and cooked for so long, and the pressure inside cooked it quicker because all the heat and the moisture was trapped inside, and it cooked everything quicker. We use pressure cookers. But if you were making something like soup and you kept the heat up way too high, or didn't realize that it was not going, it was going, and then all of a sudden, off popped the pressure, the weight, and everything was all over the ceiling. Did you ever try and clean up bean soup off the ceiling? We are the same way. We hold it in, and we hold it in, and we hold it in, and we don't want to share because it's so bad, so ugly, so horrible, so demeaning, so whatever, that we hold it in, and one day we can't hold it in anymore, and we blow the top off of it, and we make a horrible mess. So if you have someone that you can share with your innermost secrets, you tell them, so you don't try and hold it in and blow up. And if you don't have a somebody, you need to A, make one, B, get your friend who makes them to make you one, or C, call Miss C, and Miss C will make you somebody, because you can tell them anything. They have the biggest ears and no mouth. And you can tell them all about that time that your uncle came over and you were the only one home. And you can tell them about how the kids at school picked on you because you didn't have Guess jeans on. You can tell them anything and they never share. But you get that pressure out. It is vital. Okay. I love all of you, each and every one of you. I know who you are, and I know a lot of your needs. Len, Regina did give you information on how to get a hold of her, dear. She put it on your last video that you put up. I believe she put her email address there. So she did try to get a hold of you. You don't have any information on your tab. Used to be the community page, but now it's a community tab. You don't have anything, Lynn, on your about information. You don't have an email written there for her to get a hold of you. So she gave you her email, and you need to email her and have her send you her address. Okay. That's right. You just crawl up on God's lap and you say, "Papa, I got stuff to tell you." And he already knows it anyway, so. Kelly, I love you. I've loved you ever since you told me you lived in Muncie, Indiana, and it could have been on the street of my great aunt that had the terracotta blinds. She was the talk of the town. There's a lot of me in Indiana. All right, you guys. I love you. You guys have a great Valentine's Day. And if you don't have someone to share it with, I'll tell you what, you make a hot chocolate and sit down and look outside. Enjoy the clouds. Enjoy the snow coming down. Enjoy the birds. Enjoy. I saw a robin yesterday. That's the first robin of the season here. So they're heading north. If they're here, they're heading up your way. So be on the watch for them. Watch for the deer in your yard or the fox that comes through, or the butterflies that are flitting around your newly planted flowers, whatever, okay? But you have a happy Valentine's Day. And may God hold you in the palm of his hand until all the storms in your life are past. Well, at least the storms this week, because I know there's a lot of them out there this week. Thank God it's Friday. We have Sunday to look forward to. And I'll be sitting here in the cottage waiting for you to drop off your shoes and come on in. Please put your papers, your cups in the sink and your papers in the bin. Kitty's going to stay a little later and wash dishes for us again this week, which I love. And I will see you on Sunday. God bless every one of you. May he make his face to shine upon you and give you peace. Bye, all.